As here's an end around, and a nice job by Caden Wright. And I just was talking about his energy, and look at him down there. He is pumped up right now. And Caden Wright trying to single-handedly bring some energy for this defense and able to come with a 5-yard loss right there. Great job. Wow, Caden Wright. Again, we talked about Caden Wright with 15 sacks this year. He's third in the state of Utah, trailing his own teammate, who's number 1, Mikey Petty. But right now, tackles for loss, we'll take those all day over sacks. Actually, we'll take both. But here comes Caden Wright again. And this time they had a designed screen there, but Caden Wright was ready to take him down. And now down the sideline, is he not out of bounds? Oh, good. He stepped out at the 46. Boy, thank goodness, because Natua was on his way for a touchdown. And he's out at the 46-yard line. Whew. Dodged a bullet right there, I'll tell you what. He looked like he was going to go down the sideline. That was a good call by the Orem offensive coordinator there, because Caden Wright was coming in solid with pressure, but they had a designed screen right there, able to get rid of it. Natoa with a nice run down the sideline. Unfortunately for the Tigers, stepped out at the 46. But it'll be 1st and 10, Orem Tigers here. As Laga back to pass, throwing deep and trying to get it to Nakua. And there is going to be a flag right there.
Laga's pass is incomplete to number 12, Puka Nakua.
They're going to call pass interference, looks like, on Connor Ebling right there. Ebling did not like the call. I'm not sure what the discussion is, because it's definitely going to be pass interference. He was the referee. Oh, they're going to call a hold. But I'm sure, yeah, it'll be a double. I know they called pass interference because I was watching the official staring right at the play, and he threw it in the direction of the pass interference, but I did not see the hold. So offsetting penalties means we'll replay the down, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 46 again. And here we go. Charger defense in there again. Ooh, and Nakua, Laga gets laid back. Kind of awkward there. Glad to see he's okay there. That could have been real nasty. But the Charger defense coming up big right there. It's going to actually be no gain, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. And Laga was lucky to not be injured there, because he got bent back, kind of awkward there. But he looks like he's okay. We want to welcome everybody who's now able to join the stream. We apologize for all the issues. We think we're back in business here, and we're certainly hoping that's the case. But the Chargers now trailing 23-19. And here's Lagat chucking one up for grabs. And a good job by the Orem receiver coming back to the ball, but he was out of bounds, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10. And you can see the pressure totally different right now on the Charger defensive line as they're able to get in and create havoc for Laga. Laga having to just chuck that one up. And it's going to be now 3rd down and 10. Big defensive play here for the Chargers. And the one guy you got to keep an eye on is Paka Nakua. See the Charger D spread out a little bit here. As Laga back to pass, looking to get rid of it quick, and he's under pressure again. And this time he is going to be brought down well short of the 1st down. And the Orem fans below me are yelling. I don't know what they didn't like. I loved it. It was a great tackle. And it means that the Orem Tigers are probably going to have to punt. And they do. They run the punt team onto the field. So sorry about the streaming issues, but if you're just able to join us, it is 23-19. The Chargers forced a turnover on the 2nd play of the 2nd half, and recovered a fumble, or excuse me, intercepted it on about the 20, and then Jason Adams took the very next play into the end zone. And now Orem is being forced to punt. So the Chargers with a great opportunity here, although that punt is going to be down at the 1-yard line. Good job by Orem special teams right there, getting down quick and covering the punt. It's going to be down at the 1. Last time we saw a ball at the 1-yard line, Orem took it for a 99-yard touchdown. But the Chargers looking a lot better here in the second half. Their defense has come out energized and rejuvenated. And really a great couple of series defensively for the Chargers has allowed the opportunity for this offense to see if they can get things going. Again, Jason Adams with the 20-yard touchdown run put us at the 23-19 score that we're currently at. And the Chargers playing it safe, just coming right up the middle. Nice gain there. Adams able to get the ball out to about the 8-yard line, so that gives them a little bit of breathing room and also a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 3. And actually, that might have been Sean Stockwell on the run there. I kind of missed it.
Tackle on the play by Fatu Atuaya and J.L. LaVelle.
Second down and 3 here. Zach Wilson in the shotgun. Chargers trailing by 4. Here's the pitch out, and not much room there. Looks like there's not going to be any gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 3. 7:30 to go here in the third quarter. Halftime score was 23-12, but the Chargers have scored here, and it is 23-19. We'll see what the offense here for Corner Canyon dials up on 3rd down and 3. Here's Wilson now up under center, back to pass. Under pressure again, having to jump out. I mean, the offensive line has really struggled to protect Zach Wilson tonight. Wilson dropping back, a little bit intrigued by the under center approach there, as they usually go out of the shotgun. But it's going to be 4th and 2. Wilson only able to pick up about a yard right there. Chargers are going to have to punt out of their own end zone. It'll be Jacob Johnston standing on the I in Vikings there. And definitely not a place you want to fake, although I do think that you can see the left side of the Orem line is kind of stacked with players so that they can't just run around the outside like they did against Alta last week. But here we go. You can see there's a couple of guys almost blocked right there. And, oh, lucky break for the Chargers. And I'm not sure if that ball was touched or not by Orem. The referee's still trying to decide what he's going to call, but the ball might have touched the Orem player. They're going to give it to the Chargers. So they said the ball was touched on the return. And what a break for the Chargers, as they're going to take over at the 40-yard line. What an unlucky break for Orem. Their return guy was running up to receive the punt, and it looked like it touched him. And
was placed at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be Charger football. Chargers are running the offense out on the field, and I think Orem is a little bit stunned right now. I mean, they were kicking out of their own end zone, and they're now going to take over on the 40-yard line of Orem. So Orem with a couple of bad mistakes here in the third quarter, allowing Corner Canyon to kind of hang around here. As Zach Wilson with a quick pass to Hayden Borg, and Hayden Borg gets laid out right there by number 32. That is Ma'a Natoa. It's probably Natoa. So Natoa with a nice stick there of Hayden Borg. Hayden Borg okay. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Wilson was just trying to do a quick slant right there, but Natoa was all over that and really just teed off on Hayden Borg there. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Wilson looking left, now coming back over the middle and underthrows it. It's intercepted. And, he's on his feet coming down the sideline, and he's run out of bounds. And here's flags all over the place. There's 3 flags. I'm sure there'll be flags on the return. Well, we're going to see what they're going to call, but there's 2 flags came in after the run, and the 3rd flag I did not see, so I don't know what. I thought all 3 flags came after the play, but the one they're standing by at the 42 has me intrigued. Chargers have run their defense out onto the field, so it doesn't look like there's any sort of roughing the quarterback or anything like that.
The penalty on the field is blocking in the back after the interception.
I don't question the block in the back because there's 3 flags on the play. But Wilson underthrew his man there, coming back across the middle.
After the penalty is assessed, the ball will be placed at the...
Again, I don't want to make excuses, but these uniforms that Orem are wearing, I mean, they show up wearing white pants and a very light gray shirt. And I'll tell you, when I used to coach basketball, it was illegal to wear jerseys that were that light because you had to have a distinguished difference between the home and the road team. What makes it awkward is the fact they're both wearing white pants. I mean, there is a difference when you look up close, but they're supposed to be a dark jersey for the home team. As Laga on the run yet again, a nice tackle right there. Blake Emery coming up again and making a great tackle. And what was crazy about that is Laga had a 3 or 4 yard gain, and then he tried to loop back around, and Blake Emery brought him down, so it's only going to be maybe a gain of a half yard if they're lucky. So it's going to be 2nd down and a long 9. Blake Emery with 3 really, really nice tackles tonight in the open field like that. That they're going to mark it as no gain, so it'll be 2nd and 10. And here's the QB keeper again by Laga. There's really not much there. He was able to pick up maybe 3 yards. But that one was basically just a designed QB draw to go right up the middle.
The quarterback Laga with the keeper gain of 3 yards brings up.
All right, well, here we go again. Another big 3rd down for the Charger D. And if I'm Orem, I am going to Paka Nakua. I guarantee it. He has been the big play guy all night long for Orem, and they really have not gone to him much. They did draw that pass interference earlier where it was offsetting penalties, but that's the only time they've thrown to him. Here's Laga, almost a high snap, and under pressure again. This time he's going to have to tuck it and run again, and the Charger D is all over him, and that's going to be a sack for Cade Papunu. Mikey Petty was back there too, and Caden Wright, but that's going to be credited to Cade Papunu bringing him down. Laga loses about 7 or 8 yards there, so it's going to be 4th and 14, and this Charger D has come to play in the second half.
The ball is placed at the 27-yard line, brings up 4th and 14.
So 4th and 14 here. Under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Orem's going to have to punt again. And good pursuit there on the punt, but able to get it away. And the punt is going to go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It looks like it's going to be somewhere near the 40-yard line. And in fact, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. So Chargers take over 1st and 10, trailing by 4, but back in this ball game. The offense has got to wake up and get things going here because it just has been a sluggish evening. And it's one of those games where you just got to kind of gut check yourselves here and make a couple of plays and see if you can get things going here. And here's Wilson handing it to Grostic on the end around, and David Grostic brought down probably a 1-yard loss unless they give him a generous forward progress, which they do. So it'll be 2nd and 10. The PA announcer said loss of a yard. I thought it was going to be 2, but they gave him a very generous spot there. Ball marked back on the 40, so 2nd down and 10 here for the Chargers. Chargers have been trying all kinds of different plays, but nothing's really working tonight. And again, Colton Lawson has just been almost silent tonight. Only 1 catch on the game after 13 last week against Alta. And here's Wilson coming across there, and a nice pass, but they're going to call it incomplete over there on the far sideline. I think it was Adam Chandler, the intended receiver, possibly Jacob Johnson. I'm trying to see who that was. In fact, that was Jacob Johnston, but the pass incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
For the Chargers.
Now, I know we were off earlier because our stream was messed up, but Jacob Johnston's mom, we were going to give you a shout out. We actually did give you a shout out on the touchdown earlier, but she had to go out of town to St. Louis for work, and Jacob wanted me to give you a shout out. So here you go. We're glad you're able to join us now that the stream is working, and hopefully the Chargers will be able to come back and steal this one here at Pleasant Grove. Here's a designed screen, but really nothing doing there. I got to give credit to this Orem defense. They have just been all over the place tonight and really made things uncomfortable for Zach Wilson and the Charger offense. They've done a fantastic job of completely taking Colton Lawson out of the game. And even on a play like that where it's a designed screen, I mean, Orem was all over it. So it's going to be 4th and 7. Jacob Johnston will be the punter again. And he kicks it low, and there's another fumble, and it looks like the Chargers got it again. We'll see how they mark it. Oh, they gave it to Orem. That ball bounced back, and it looked like one of the Charger. I saw Mikey Petty go down and Spencer Siemens, and I thought one of them got it. But unfortunately, the ball bounced right back to the Orem Tigers. Some of the Tiger fans below me are kind of ticked off. I don't know. Maybe they just don't like that their guy can't field the punt. I don't know, but it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Tigers will take over after the punt.
Brings up 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Again, Laga, the last couple of series, has been running all over the place for his life because this Charger defense has been much more active. And Laga this time looking to get rid of it quickly and does. And they're going to have a flag in the backfield. I hope that was not a late hit. I was not really watching the quarterback. The pass was completed to Alex McDougall, and it looks like the penalty is going to be on Orem, so it's holding. Orem on that play was just trying to get rid of the ball quickly because the Charger defense has been in the backfield the whole 3rd quarter, and they're just trying to get something quick. But in that quick play, they ended up with a holding call, and that ball is going to be marched all the way back to, looks like about the 9-yard line. He's still trying to figure out where he's going to set it down.
The ball will be placed at the 9-yard line.
So that ends up being a 14-yard penalty, and it'll bring up 1st and 24.
1st and 24.
Tough break for the Orem Tigers after they actually had a decent play right there. Now 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Our booth up here shaking a little bit because the Orem students are doing a cheer where they're all jumping around. Here's Laga on the, looks like he's going to run it outside, and there's the Charger D again. Guess who? Caden Wright. And, of course, the tackle made by Dylan Grange there, but that was all Caden Wright again. Caden Wright forcing him, I mean, really in a panic mode situation there. They gave him a generous spot back to the 6-yard line, but Caden Wright was all over that again. And nice tackle coming in there, Dylan Grange, and a good job by the Charger D. So let's see, they're back at now the 6-yard line. They have to get out to the 33. So 2nd down and 27 now. And here's a throw downfield, way overthrown there. And good coverage by Spencer Siemens. Pass intended for Alex McDougall down the sideline, but Siemens was all over it. It's going to be 3rd down and 27. I think if you're the Chargers, you want to back off just a little bit off the line of scrimmage, at least on the corners, because they've got to get all the way to the 33. I don't want to say you want to go into a prevent mode, but you sure don't want to be up tight on the line. At least give them a 5-10 yard cushion. And if you're one of the safeties, I would look for that, almost that exact same play again. I think they're going to throw it up over the top again. And a good thing for the quarterback there that they blew that one dead, because Caden Wright was going to take him out. Timeout Orem with 1:06 to go here in the third quarter. Orem 23, Corner Canyon 19. And we're back, minute 6 to go after the timeout by Orem. We'll see what Laga has here. I figured they'd throw almost the same play, and they just about did. And, I mean, the Chargers did a good job of backing off Connor Ebling there with the tackle, but it's going to bring up 4th down at about 7. So the Orem Tigers are going to have to punt again. That pass completed to Nakua, the guy they've gone to on almost every single 3rd down tonight.
Brings up 4th and 7 for the Tigers.
So if you're the Chargers here, do not rough the punter, because you're going to get the ball back. And do not fumble the punt as it is in the air. Here's a fair catch and a nice job there by Jason Adams. Chargers will take over at the 36-yard line with another opportunity here to see if they can put points on the board. Trailing 23-19 here. Again, it is win or go home tonight from Pleasant Grove. The loser of this game's season will be over, and the winner will advance to likely, well, if it's Corner Canyon that wins, we already know that they will be the ones that will play Pleasant Grove, or excuse me, Springville. Sorry, we're at Pleasant Grove. There's so many schools I got to remember tonight. As here's a run up the middle. Jason Adams with lots of room to run. He's able to rattle off about 10 yards right there.
26. Jason Adams.
And that's a 10-yard gain. They'll call that a 1st down. Nice run there by Jason Adams. Chargers here at the 46-yard line. Here's another run around the outside. This time, no yardage at all. And again, another generous spot of line of scrimmage. I don't know why those aren't 2 and 3 and 4 yard losses, because I mean, they gave him like maybe a 2-inch loss on that play.
Number 13, P Street, Peter Konese.
That's Jacob Johnston running off the field, so be very curious to see if they can get Colton Lawson involved, because we're going to be going to the 4th quarter. Chargers are going to have time to talk this one over. 2nd down and 10 when we come back, but at the end of the 3rd quarter, Orem 23, Corner Canyon 19.
Our score.
And welcome back for the fourth quarter of football here from Pleasant Grove High School. One team will be going home in 12 minutes and one team will be moving on. Corner Canyon here with 2nd and 10 as Zach Wilson rolls out and has a man downfield. That's Hayden Borg with the catch. And it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards right there. Actually, from the mark of the spot, it's going to be a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 4. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't throw a flag on that because the defender, who was already out of bounds, kind of turned and tossed Hayden Borg there. And I was looking for a yellow hanky to come flying in, but it never did. Big 3rd down here for the Charger offense. Just over midfield here on the 48 of Orem. As Zach Wilson looks and misses his target, Adam Chandler. And it looks to me like the punt team is coming on, so Chargers unable to move the ball again. So here's Johnston getting the kick away and a fair catch by Orem. And yeah, that was a dangerous play there. They've already fumbled a couple of punts. But this one was fielded by number 12. That's Puka Nakua. So they're going to mark it on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10 for Orem. And we've got 11:06 to play here in the ball game. Again, Orem leading 23-19. Chargers led early on 12-6, and then Orem rattled off 17 straight points. 2 of the scores aided by a couple of Charger turnovers. Chargers have 3 turnovers on the game total, and so they took a 23-12 halftime lead, and then the Chargers scored early in the 3rd, making it 23-19, and that's where we stand right now. As there was a wide open receiver, but Laga underthrew him. It was actually Darman Natoa coming out of the backfield, and he had Natoa open there, but just underthrew him. A lot of it was because he was under a little bit of pressure, had to get rid of the ball quick. Here we go, 2nd and 10. And that one up, thrown high. Nice defense there by Blake Emery on the outside. And just overthrown. Their pass was intended to Wes Alomaiva, and he was unable to bring it in. The ball was overthrown. Laga trying to get rid of the ball a lot quicker. I think the pressure he's been under in the 3rd quarter has really got him getting rid of the ball much quicker. And again, another big 3rd down for this Charger D. Again, keep an eye on Puka Nakua. He's the guy that worries me right now on this offense. What was great right there is Mikey Petty came around the end and realized that they had their screenplay on, and he just backed right into that spot where the screen was going to go, and he was able to basically screw up that whole play for Orem. So that was great stuff right there. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 10. Again, Chargers got to play it smart here. They've already had a blocked punt for a safety earlier in the game, and they've had a couple of other times where they've come close, but the last thing you want right here is a roughing call. So good job there, and then don't fumble the punt as Blake Armas fields the punt on the run and able to bring it down to about the 48-yard line. Really a nice job by Blake Armas fielding that because he knew he was going to get hit, and he was still able to bring that one in and pick up a couple of yards. Chargers are right back where we were just a minute ago on the 48-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark it back on the 49. But 1st and 10 in Orem territory, trailing 23-19. And there's Jason Adams with a huge hole and able to run it down to about the 35-yard line. That'll be a Charger first down, no flags on the play. So good job by Jason Adams and that offensive line opening up a nice hole.
Charger first down.
The announcer just said it was a Cougar first down, and I think he's a big BYU fan because I know that the BYU coaches are down here in the corner of the end zone. They already announced that at halftime. Here's Adams bouncing it outside. He's got room to run and cuts in and then back out and then brought down at about the 30. And the Charger coaches over there pointing at something. I'm not sure what. But Jason Adams able to pick up 5 yards. Wanted to point out in the other Region 7 play-in game, Provo was able to defeat Skyridge. I believe I mentioned that earlier when the stream wasn't working. But Provo beat Skyridge 24-16. Ty Jones had 2 touchdowns. Of course, Jones probably the best wide receiver I've seen this year. Very, very athletic wide receiver, and he gave the Chargers fits. As Jason Adams with room to run, he spins and breaks a tackle, and he's run out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, depending on where they spot it. And it looks like the official standing on the 20. It appears that what I see and what the officials see are usually a yard or 2 apart. I don't know why that is, but they're going to mark it at the 20-yard line. Charger first down. And this is a critical possession right here as they have struggled all night long on offense. This would be huge for them to turn this into points. Here's Adams again around the left side and run out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So another 8-yard gain for Jason Adams.
Number 26, Adams, a gain of
Chargers seeing something over that left side of the line there that is really working for him right now. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Ball marked at the 12-yard line. And Adams going to get the carry again. This time he just muscles right up the middle. And over the 10, it should be a Charger first down. And they're going to mark it right on the 10, so it will be 1st and goal. Chargers will need to score here.
tackle on the play by number 49.
We're down to 9:19 to play here in the ball game. And I'll tell you what, it's going to get more tense as the game goes on here because, again, the loser of this game, the season is over. As the Chargers go right back to that play up the middle, only able to pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Again with a short gain, brings up 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Tackle on the play, number 90, Andrew Toa.
Here we go, 2nd and goal. Zach Wilson in the shotgun. And this time they're going to roll him out. And Wilson with nowhere to go, he's going to end up having to eat it, but he smartly throws it out of bounds. And a good job by Zach Wilson, because if he would have eaten the ball right there, they would have lost about 8 yards. And instead he's able to throw it down in the end zone. Now, I can't tell if that's a flag or not. There's something in the corner of the end zone that's yellow, but it looks like there's just some debris in the end zone. It looked like a flag when I first looked down there, but there's definitely just something in the end zone that looks yellow. It'll be 3rd and goal right here, 8:41 to go. Chargers season on the line, so every play is a big play here. And here's Wilson looking right. That's actually a lateral. They better get on it. That's a fumble. That's a live football right now. I don't know what Jason Adams is doing. My goodness. The ball was thrown backwards by 2 yards. So that was a live football, and the Chargers give one away where they were in a situation where they were for sure going to get points on the board. Man, what a disappointing drive right there to drive all the way down the field and give it away like that. As Orem will take over on the 24-yard line. Big break for the Orem Tigers there, as Corner Canyon was looking like to at least get a field goal out of that. But with the backwards pass there, that turns into a live football. Now they're calling a timeout down here. We're going to take a break. 8:32 to go in the ball game. Orem 23, Corner Canyon 19. All right, we're back after the official timeout. Orem will take over after the turnover. Chargers with 4 turnovers unofficially. That's what I have. As Cade Papuna with a nice tackle there at about the 22-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard or two.
Ball carrying the play, number 4, Natoa, brought down in the backfield by number 8.
I'm going to call it a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 12 here at the 22-yard line. Great job by Cade Papuna there in the backfield. It's interesting as both teams have gone ultra conservative in their play calling. I still think if I'm Orem, I take a strike to Nakua. I mean, I would throw it downfield and go after him, but they're going to, Laga's going to keep the ball here. Actually, nice run up the middle. He's going to pick up a 1st down, able to go right up the middle of the Charger defense.
And he has enough for another Tiger.
Was finally brought down by Connor Ebling, but not before a Tiger 1st down. And we're down to 7:45 here to go in the ball game. Orem has used a timeout, so they've got 2 timeouts. Chargers with all 3. The timeout's not a factor yet. We still got 7.5 minutes to go, but they will become a factor here in a couple of minutes. We'll see if they stay with Laga here. Actually, he's going to hand it off, and a nice run here. In fact, that's going to be about an 8-yard gain. That's Darman Natoa. And it's an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Good job by Natoa. Again, I think a little more aggressively, but this would be a great opportunity for Orem to throw it up to Nakua. I'd go deep. He's your playmaker. See if he can go up and make a play for you. That's him at the bottom of the screen there, pointing over to the official. And they're just going to run the ball up the middle. It'll be another 1st down. In fact, this one might end up being a hold.
Quarterback number 5 with the keeper. Penalty marker on the play.
We'll see if it is a hold. It's in the spot where it would be, which means they would be marking it back 10 from the spot of the foul. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Now, they threw the flag at the 49. So if that's indeed the spot of the foul, the ball should be marked back at the 41 and make it a 2nd and 8.
There will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
And that's exactly where it's going to go. It'll be at the 41-yard line.
41-yard line, 2nd and 8.
So we're back in 2nd and long here. Charger D needing to step up as the clock is running. We're down now to 6:30 left in the ball game here. And Orem leading 23-19. And here's another run, this time picking up about 7 yards there. So it's going to be 3rd and short.
Number 5, Laga on the carry.
Laga just basically taking it right up the gut there.
A gain of 7 brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Tigers.
Big play right here with under 6 minutes to go. Clock still moving. And Orem doing a nice job here of just keeping that clock moving. Something that Alta did not do a good job of last week, when they had that 3-touchdown lead and allowed the Chargers to come back and win that game. No, I'm not. They're going to end up getting a motion penalty here. Yeah, that's illegal motion. There's no way that's not going to be a penalty. So everything this guy, he's going to run it into the end zone, and it's not going to matter because it's going to come right back. So That was all fun and everything's dandy, but that was definitely a false start on Orem. I don't know what the heck they were doing there. Their player comes running in late and then tries to squeeze in between two guys. And before he could get set, they hiked the ball. So it's illegal shift is what they'll call, but it was everyone in the stadium, including the Orem fans, knew that that was coming back. Even the cheer on the touchdown run was very minimal at best.
That is a 5-yard penalty.
I'll tell you what, that's a tough break for Orem because it was 3rd and 1 in a situation where you're in a pretty easy spot to pick up the first. Now it's going to be 3rd and long. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 6, a huge play right here. 5:18 to go in the ball game. Charger D needing to come up big right here. Has Lagat back to pass. Looked right and then came back to his left, and a great job. And the Chargers having a hard time bringing down the guy. In fact,
Quarterback Lagat's pass is complete to number 2.
Thought they were going to throw a flag right there. That was number 11, Enoch Fiso, on the catch. And the Orem Tigers come up with a big 3rd down conversion right there. Ball will be spotted at the 44-yard line of Corner Canyon. Here we go, Lagat in the shotgun. Wide receivers 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom of your screen there. And a 1st down here for Orem. Undoubtedly they'll be running the football here, and they do. If you're the Chargers, you know what they're going to do right here. And there's a 7-yard gain. Ball, it looks like it's going to be spotted at about the 42.5-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and a long 3. But the most important thing right now is the clock is running and the Chargers are down by 4. So at some point they are going to have to get a big defensive stop here or force a turnover. As Lagat takes his time and the ball snapped high, and the Chargers with an opportunity, but I don't know if they got it. That they did get it. So the ball was recovered by Golden Jensen. And I'll tell you, that's just what I was saying. They needed to come up with a turnover or a big play. And out with the ball comes Golden Jensen on a defensive play that might have saved the Chargers season. We'll find out. Of course, the defense has played very stellar the second half. Orem has not scored a single point in the second half. They led 23-12 and now 23-19. So the Charger D doing everything they can to try to keep them in the game. The Charger offense has just had so many miscues tonight that it's just kept this game where it's at right here. As I mentioned earlier, though, as bad as they played, all they've got to do is put together one solid drive. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout called. So 4:23 to go here in the ball game. Chargers are going to take a timeout. We'll be back. And we're back at Pleasant Grove High School for the Region 7 play-in game. It is win or go home night, and the Chargers needing to put together a drive here to win this football game, trailing 23-19. Here's Jason Adams on the pitch and able to pick up maybe 3 yards on the play. Again, I commented earlier that seems like both teams have taken a much more conservative approach this half, which has been interesting because both teams have made a lot of mistakes, so I kind of see the caution there. But the Chargers have been ultra cautious. I mean, that backwards lateral screen pass was the turnover of this half. But Jason Adams had a pretty good job of running the ball down the field earlier up until that play. And now they're going to do an end around. And Colt Lawson with room to run. And there's going to probably be a hold. But Lawson cutting back outside. And Lawson run out of bounds at the 23. However, I believe this one's going to be coming back. I saw a yellow flag at about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gigantic flag against the Corner Canyon Chargers.
Holding on the offense.
So tough break there. They finally got Colt Lawson. Coach Eck is fuming ticked right now. He's yelling at the official on that one. So let's see that the ball should be, the hold should be marked off from the spot, which was at the 42. Now for some reason the ball's on the 37. It should be down to the 32, and it should be second and a long way to go. See if they figure it out here, but yep, it'll be marked at the 32. Chargers have to get to the 47 of Orem for a first down. So let's see, that's second and 25 coming up here. The board says second and 22, but it's actually second and 25. Here's Zach Wilson, and almost intercepted, thrown in between Hayden Borg and Colton Lawson, but a 5-yard out's not going to get the job done on second and 25. Now third and 25.
Quarterback Wilson's pass is incomplete, depending on the play. Number 3, Buju Tui Sabura.
Well, 3:27 to go. The Chargers, for some reason, burned a timeout on the exchange on the turnover. So now they're down to 2 timeouts with this many yards to go. They got to, in order to even consider going for it, they've got to pick up 15 to 20 yards right here. Here's Wilson rolling out left, and again, they're going to throw a little 3-yard out, and that will not get the job done when it's, you got to get 25. 4 yards ain't going to do it. So now it's going to be time to punt. And the worst part is the clock is still running, and I'm not sure why, because he ran him out of bounds. Why is the clock running? David Grostic got run out of bounds, and now the Chargers are just taking their time. Wow. Well, they're going to go for it. It is 4th and 17. I don't know how they got 17 out of that. It's more like 20. And Zach Wilson in deep trouble, unloads the screen pass, and I mean, you got to get 20 yards. Well, 2:32 to go. Now you're going to rely back on your defense again.
As well as number 7, West Alomayama.
That holding call ended up being huge because it would have been Charger football down at the 22 of Orem, and the hold brought it all the way back, and then the Chargers, 3 straight plays of throwing short passes, unable to move the football. So Orem's going to take over at the 30-yard line. They still have 2 timeouts, so there's plenty of time in this football game to get the ball back. But you got to stop. You got to stop Orem. That Orem has Nakua spread all the way to the bottom here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just chuck one up here. Here's going to be a penalty on Orem, so that's a good break for the Chargers. So that'll be 1st and 15. I'm telling you what, if Orem is running a tight offense, but they've got Nakua all the way down at the bottom of your screen. In fact, you can barely see him as we zoom it out for you. But Nakua, he's the one standing on the 40-yard line right now. And Connor Ebling having to take him man for man. I would not be surprised whatsoever to see Orem do a play-action fake and throw it up to the corner here. They're going to run it here. Oh, my goodness. Bring the guy down. Every person in the stadium expecting a run, and still runs for 7 yards. And now the clock running 2:12, 2:10 to go. You see Orem taking their time here with 1:50 to go. And here's another run, and this time it's going to be a first down. So Chargers are going to have to start burning their timeouts here. They don't have time to mess around. At this point, you call timeout, you got to tee off on the run. And not, I mean,
24-16. The winner of this game will move on to play Springville.
So they did just announce that this is the winner of this game will become the 4 seed and will play Springville. Orem leading 23-19 and under a minute and a half to go here. Chargers still with 2 timeouts. Looks like they're going to look at using those 2 timeouts after this play. Not a bad strategy. Now you know they're going to run the football here. Oh, and a Charger break. He runs it out of bounds, so they are not going to have to burn a timeout here. That is the last thing on this planet that you wanted to do, is run the football out of bounds, because now the clock has stopped. So Lagat came around the end there. He was able to pick up 5 yards, which was a good thing for Orem, but running it out of bounds was the last thing that he wanted to do in that situation, because now the Chargers have both of their timeouts left. If Orem picks up a first down, it'll be over. And they are, looks like they just did. So that's probably going to be your ball game. Charger D unable to stop the run here on this last possession. It looks like Orem's going to be able to eat up the clock here. Chargers with only 2 timeouts, only able to stop the clock. I'd still use my timeouts, though, because the way the ball's been on the turf tonight, I think there's been 7 or 8 turnovers between the 2 teams. "40 seconds to go here. And now they're just going to take a knee. And it looks like the Chargers, oh, they actually are going to take a timeout.
And it's a timeout for the Chargers.
Well, tough break for the Chargers. Really just struggled all night offensively tonight and unable to get anything going. That last possession, or a couple of possessions ago, they had an opportunity to put points on the board. And then that lateral, which turned into a live football, took away any opportunity for them to score points when Orem recovered it. And now with 29 seconds to go in the season, basically, and Orem at the 5-yard line or 6-yard line here, should be second down. They have first on the clock, but it's second down. Chargers with only 1 timeout left. So basically, they'll be able to take a knee one more time. Chargers can take another timeout, and then that'll be the ball game. Really, all you're hoping for here is just a miscue on the snap. You can see the Charger middle there trying to just shove right up the middle. Dylan Roberts was trying to make it happen, but then Lagat just took it and kneeled down. We'll take a break here on this timeout. We'll be back. Back to Pleasant Grove High School on what will be the final snap of the season here for the Corner Canyon Chargers. All Orem needs to do is kneel it down here without fumbling, and this ball game will be over. Want to thank you guys for joining our streams this year. We're sorry about tonight's crazy one. We had nothing but issues on some of our road games this year with districts that just did not have good systems that cooperated with what we were trying to do. But thanks to all you guys for tuning in, and congratulations to the Corner Canyon Chargers seniors on a great career. We want to wish them well. And we will be back next year with Corner Canyon football. Final score here tonight, Orem 23, Corner Canyon 19.